by that disease called jealousy. But my commitment remains. My commitment to this constituency remains. And that is why tonight I am deeply concerned about all the noise that I am hearing about the possibilities of the GIN project. I am surprised to learn that we have difficulties that we have to address. And I will, as early as tomorrow, begin to address those difficulties. Because we are elected to ensure that the Bahamian people get opportunities. And I have always thought that I don't care how bad it is, the glass for me is always half full, never half empty. I believe in God. I believe that God is with us. I believe that we are blessed people. I believe that's why we've been able to survive all the difficulties. And we will survive this one too. But I know that I have been given this responsibility. And I can do like everyone else, throw my hands in the air and say, you can't do. But I will never say I can't do. I will always say I will. And we will make a difference. I am committed to building a place, committed to opening new doors by embracing human capital with technology, by developing a strong public-private sector partnership where all sides have a vested interest in the success of the people and of this country, where imports are comparable to exports, and where the environment and the economy are twin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm from Grand Bahama. And that is why I am in Grand Bahama. I'm in Grand Bahama because too long we've had the boom and bust years. It is time we begin to talk about years of sustainability. It is time that we begin to put our minds and focus on using some of the bright people of our community to cause this island to be better than it is. To look at the women and the men and to open doors, and to talk with the investors about opening doors, and to invite the government to consider new doors to open. Because I see a Grand Bahama where there's big industry, where there's tourism, where there's agriculture, where there's technology, and where there's finance, that they all could coexist in the creation of a sustainable economy that guarantees that we can send product out of this world and bring product back into this world. That we could ensure that our country could make more money than we're making now to give more people opportunities. I see a tourism industry so revolutionary, so spectacular, with hotels, not only here in West End, but hotels along the beaches in Freeport, where gaming competes with places like Macau, in Hong Kong and Las Vegas. The question is, why can't we? And we can. I see a Grand Bahama where we have a modern state-of-the-art hospital, where sons and daughters of this fine land who graduate from the finest schools deliver a service that eliminates the need for Bahamians to leave home for health care. My mother is in the United States of America, and that's one reason I heard so much last weekend. Because she was away watching that stuff on television. And I couldn't touch her because she was there getting health care. I'd like to see the day when we don't have to leave Grand Bahama to go to Nassau or anywhere else to get the health care that we require. Too many of us are having to do that. I see a Grand Bahama with college campuses specializing in academics and in technology, where all will be assisted, all Bahamians, if you graduate from high school. And if young Bahamians know that I can graduate from high school and I get a B average, that I know I can get my first degree in a university because the country will ensure that it's paid for. That's where we must go. Too many, and I know in my constituency, too many young men and young women who do well at school, whose parents are trying their hardest, but still can't raise the funds to get their children off to a university? Why can't we adopt a policy? If you're thinking about human capital, if you're thinking about technology, then we should have a policy that guarantees that young people will get their first college degree free of charge. And that college degree prepares them. That is when you're going to see youngsters in school working harder, because they know the opportunity comes if I get a B average. If I don't get a B average, then I can't get the opportunity. But they're going to work hard if they know I can get that average. I can get to a university. I can qualify myself. And I can work not only in the Bahamas, but I can work anywhere in the world. I see a Grand Bahama where jobs are plenty. We don't have much jobs now. Young women don't have opportunities now. We don't have jobs now. And what we do is we find excuses. We blame it on everybody else. I don't find excuses. Let's find the resolution. We need to ensure that young men and young women are not demoralized, not canceled, or not deleted because of their politics, because of their color, or because of their creed. And too many young men who made a mistake, and every single person in here has made a mistake. If there's a perfect one, you should stand. Every single person has made a mistake, but too many young men can get a second opportunity, can get a good job, can get a place to start, because they tell them that you have a prison record. They tell them that you have to take this test. And oftentimes they take the test and there's no time for the youngster to give himself a chance to get off his problems. And so what we do is we put him in a cage. We leave him there. He doesn't have an opportunity. And then we complain when we have high rates of crime. We're not helping. We are hurting. And we're not opening doors. I see a day when we must change that. Because I know many young men. I know many young women. I know in my other businesses that many have worked for me. And I can tell you tonight that I know so many of them who become my model employees, where you never have a problem, because all they want is a simple opportunity. I see a Grand Bahama that must say goodbye to the past and welcome a new day, because the future begins now. It begins with my recommitting myself to my constituency. It begins with me going back on the road to talk to everybody, because I'm no fool. I know 2 weeks ago was difficult for all. It was very difficult for me. And I don't take people for granted. So I intend to walk this constituency as I did before. I intend to go into every house as I did before. And I intend to talk to all of my constituents, whether you voted for me or not. Because you have a right to talk to me about any issue. And I have a right to tell you, because without you, there is no me. And I will talk to all. And I will work my constituency first. And then I will work the rest of the Bahamas. And then I will come back to the Bahamian people in several months and tell them what Obie Wilchombe intends to do. PRP!